Okay, 7 o'clock. I'd like to call this meeting to order. Lindenberger, is it roll call?
Yes, of course. Supervisor Wilway? Here. Trustee Glass?
Here.
Trustee Sands?
Here.
Thank you. Absent are Trustees Bowman and Zegler.
Thank you. If everybody would stand and join me in the Pledge of Allegiance.
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. Number 4, we have public comment. Anyone have something to give us public comment? Number 5 is consent agenda.
2 items on the consent agenda tonight. The first is approval of the board meeting minutes from December 11th, 2025. And the second is the approval of the board audit from December 1st, 2025 to December 31st, 25, which is as follows. The total general town fund is $243,656.06. Total general assistance fund, $6,857.79. Total general road fund, $49,608.28. Total permanent road fund, $146,651.93. Total park maintenance fund, $22,891.88. And the total cemetery maintenance fund, $3,033.77.
Can I have a motion to approve?
Second.
Okay. Roll call vote. Supervisor Wilway?
Yes.
Trustee Sands?
Yes.
Trustee Glass?
Yes.
Thank you.
Thank you. So now we have number 6 is monthly updates from elected officials.
Yeah, my full report is in the packet. There were a couple things that I did not include. The first is that on December 31st, I swore in Assessor Barrington as the duly elected assessor. That January 1st was the start of her official term. So she was sworn in as the elected assessor. Also, since I posted my update, I have received communication from the township attorney regarding the past executive session. I will be sending an email next week with his recommendations on how we should handle those. You guys have plenty of time to look at them before the February meeting. Also, I attended the New Year's Eve celebration on December 30th, and that was wonderful, so well attended, so well organized, and hopefully the start of a future tradition. It was really, really great. So that's it for me.
Assessor Barrington?
Sure. My report is in the board book, but just a couple updates. This is the last year of the quadrennial cycle, so I think this year I have decided to just take the county factor instead of equalizing our neighborhoods. I am looking at the neighborhoods that are below 28% level of assessment and above 34% level of assessment to see if there's tweaking that we can do there to make sure those ones come up so that our county factor is not arbitrarily high because of them, and then the ones that are already above the 33% level of assessment come down so that they're not even higher than they should be. There's lots of cleanup work for our quadrennial year next year, so our office is hard at work already starting for that, as well as preparing for the assessments for this year. Some of the things that we found is along the lake, there are actual complete houses that have not been being assessed. There are businesses, or there's homes that have been being assessed as commercial properties. So just a lot of errors that we're trying to get cleaned up so that we can start the quad year off fresh and accurate.
Curiosity question.
Sure.
What about people that run businesses in their house?
So, obviously, I don't know what all the village ordinances are about that, but if the home's primary purpose is a residential home and you have an office, I know many accountants do that throughout the township, that kind of stuff does not matter to us.
they finish off having a kitchen on for their business, in theory, they'd have a building permit, it would be then assessed and have the value of the property.
Sure, if they take out a building permit, they would get the home improvement exemption for 4 years, up to $75,000 of the value, and that's market value, not assessed, so it's $25,000 assessed dollars comes off of their assessment for 4 years, which would again lower their taxes for whatever the value. I mean, if it didn't add that much, they would get that much it's up to, and then it just gets assessed as additional square footage.
Does it assess as commercial property then?
No.
It has to be sold commercial.
It's basically what the primary purpose of the property is.
Okay, thank you.
Oh, sorry. You mentioned that along the lakefront there are houses that we've never assessed. How would that work for like the taxes that those houses have paid in the past?
Well, they got very lucky because you can go back 1 year to correct something. So if I caught it, I could go back 1 year and do a certificate of error and then collect back taxes. But I don't think I would do that only because it's the quad year next year.
If they've been paying taxes, it's just probably not at the current assessed value.
Correct. So there is, in this particular house or property, there's a 3,800 square foot house that we were missing, and we were only assessing the 1,200 square foot office.
Okay.
Thank you for your diligence and attention to detail. Any other questions for Assessor Barrington? Trustee Gillespie, do you have any report today?
Yeah, so I went and helped out with the New Year's Eve party and the Christmas dinner at the community center, and both of those events went really well.
Thank you. Trustee Sam?
Same thing, Jingle Balls, that was a great time. It worked out very well. For the attendance and participating, the whole festive part of that evening was I think enjoyed by all participants as well as volunteers. We had this doubling up too on the New Year's Eve event. It worked out very well. I was, for me, I shouldn't say astonished, but there were a lot of people there. And coming through in that 2-hour time frame, and my wife and I worked the Ecuador table, and during that process, almost toward the end, I had a mom from Ecuador come up, so I had to verify the accuracy. So I said, "This all factual?" He goes, "Yes, sir, it is." And I said, "So you actually make the scarecrow and burn it?" He said, "Yeah, we do a lot of that stuff." So I said, "Okay." I said, "That's very good. Thank you so much for letting us know that." So it was a great event. And then lastly, as far as events in getting involved, we had a meeting at the community center. We, as a finance council and our township administrator, met with there in order to strengthen our internal controls over the processing of cash receipts and program enrollment. So that came out with some recommendations and worked out very well.
Thank you. My report is going to be short. Happy New Year, everybody. Thank you for coming. I just wanted to also thank Trustee Ziegler, who couldn't be here tonight, for attending and celebrating. We had our team holiday party, welcoming 2026 last week. It was great. We did different foods from around the different areas, so we used our local restaurants. It was a fun day. Ela Historical Society and Museum dropped off their notes from their last meeting. In case anybody was interested, they have changed their meeting dates to the second Tuesday of each month at 7 p.m. The most recent meeting, they discussed upcoming dates, promotional items, and financial items. That was their report, and it came in after the packet, so I thought I'd just report on it. Ted and I have been meeting with villages we work with just to strengthen our relationship and do a formal introduction. What are we doing well, what things can we improve, and where are we going in the future. So this last week and this week, we met with Chief Operating Officer Pamela Newton and Mayor DiMaggio from Hawthorne Woods. and Chief Village Officer Michael Talbot and Police Chief Steve Walensky of Kildare today. They think the relationship's great. We always give room to improve. They both expressed concerns about reducing road and bridge tax in the future years, which we'll discuss with upcoming levies. But it was good meetings and just keeping the communication open, making sure we're serving our residents the best we can. We're a step closer to having ADA compliant doors outside the boardroom right out here. That was a hindrance for us to get early voting site because we didn't have the ADA. So we're one step closer, and hopefully that will be done soon. So when the next round of voting comes in, hopefully we'll be chosen for a site for early voting. The Township of Illinois Torma scholarships are available online and on our website. They are giving away 7 $2,000 scholarships. Just wanted to make sure people knew that. Again, they're on our website and their social media. At our last meeting, it was brought up that Deer Park had annexed some land, and just to clarify, we spoke to the village administrator. New land has been annexed, and we do not. Their Cook County part is something that we do not have to worry about or take care of. They have a different contract for that. Next week, I'm attending a FOIA training through the Metro Townships Association of Illinois. And we're just going to have a light meeting tonight, and at the end, for other exciting meetings, our Committee of the Whole meeting at the end of the month is going to be filled with exciting activities. So we'll keep you scheduled. We actually might move that up an hour earlier just because we have a lot to discuss. So thank you for attending today, and that's my report. Any questions? Okay, so now we get a monthly updates from department heads. Director Mark, or okay.
Whatever works.
Okay.
So my report's in the book. The only thing piggybacking off your story, Doug, a woman, I did Brazil, and a woman came up to me and started speaking Portuguese. And I don't know what to do with this information, and I don't know what you just said to me, and she had her kids there, and she's like, well, we do this. Tell us how you more detail, and I'm like, I won't. You come. So yeah, but no, it was impressive. It was an impressive event. So Sarah, great work. That's okay.
Okay, Director Marks from Health and Wellness, please.
Hello, everyone. I will try to keep this short, but we had a very, very big month, so I kind of wanted to tell everybody about it. So first, we started off doing the giving tree, and that we served over 120 children and older adults, which is a 140% increase from last year, where we only served 50. So that was pretty huge. We gave away over 1,000 items. And I want to say a big thanks to the Learning Express for donating their toys, Messiah Lutheran Church up in Wakanda, and the Kildare Police Department for all the stuffed animals and the toys that they donated. That really goes a long way, especially since sometimes people don't sign up for it, and then they come in last minute, and they're like, well, do you guys have any extra gifts? And now we can say, yeah, we do. We have a ton. So we take them in the back, and we take all those extra gifts that we get after the holidays, and we save them for those families. We also did Yuletide meals. A really big thanks to Velos. They donated a lot of hot meals that we delivered on Christmas Eve, and then Jewel Osco on Ela, they gave us 40 hams. So we delivered those as well. We fed over 349 people this year, which is a 191 increase from last year, where we served 120 people. So that was a big increase. We also, everyone keeps talking about the New Year's Eve, that I'm super excited about, which we're probably going to do it again next year. I did not know that was going to be so successful. It started out by a small idea, I feel like, from Supervisor Wilhoit, and it just flourished. We had, from my calculation, counting some of the things that were turned back in, because one of them was a scavenger hunt, and they turned them back in, and they got candy and a toy, and we had 68 kids. Yeah.
Now, I saw the Kildare Police doing that scavenger hunt. So did we get into the Kildare Police?
That was the Lake
Sorry.
And they did get candy. They got some candy. Yeah.
60 plus or minus.
Could you just explain for people who didn't know what New Year's Eve is?
Okay. So New Year's Eve is on December 30th, so we didn't do it on New Year's Eve, but on the 30th, we celebrated a New Year's Eve event where it started at 10 o'clock for kids under the age of 10. And we had 9 different tables representing 9 different countries that celebrate New Year's a little bit different. So like Doug ran Ecuador, and they create scarecrows and put something that they would like to leave in the past, like anger, and then they burn them. Well, we didn't burn ours. Thought about it, but we didn't. But they could take them home and do what they wanted with it. We had Brazil, which Ted hosted, and they throw white flowers into the sea to the sea goddess. And we had then 6 other countries represented. So at every table, they were able to participate in an activity and then receive like a little toy or treats. Now the treats, that is a huge thank you to See's Candy, because this year they donated to us 902 pounds of candy, which we gave out to our Giving Tree participants in all of our Yuletide, and then we had enough for the New Year's Eve activity, and we gave some to different organizations that are around, including our community center. And there's still a couple over there, so if anybody would like to see treats before they leave, please take them.
There was also a balloon drop at noon.
There was a balloon drop then at noon, so we had a little bit of a dance party, and then we did a big balloon drop. So there are a couple pictures on our Facebook page that I do suggest you look at, because it was like just fun, chaotic. All the kids had a blast. I had a blast, and it was definitely a fun event. And I really want to thank everybody for participating, because it wouldn't have gone off that well if you guys did not participate and help run some of the tables. So thank you for that. Thank you for running those. Thank you for volunteering, and thank you for helping clean up. Yeah. So I appreciate that. Congratulations. So, yeah. Does anybody have any questions?
I just want to say thank you for everything you do for the community. The food, the meals, it's, I'm sure, very well welcomed. So thank you for all your hard work.
We did. We had a couple of people, reach out and say, thank you for the different things that we've done. And the Daily Herald did come to our New Year's Eve event and write an article on it. So that was pretty big. That's pretty big. So yeah, that's all I got.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
It's going to be hard to do yourself this first quarter.
I know. I was like, well, we're going to see what we're going to get going. So I do have a committee meeting tomorrow. So there'll be some ideas bounced around. If anybody wants to do that. Okay. Thank you. Thanks.
Okay. With the late agenda, that is all we have from our department heads today. Number 8 is new business. Administrator Marciniak, do you want to go over this? You want to read this?
The motion, or
Just explain a little bit about it.
Sure, yeah. So if you recall, back in September, we approved the IGAs with our municipal partners. After we approved our versions, we heard back from one of them, specifically the Village of Long Grove, who had some concerns about our verbiage, and so they sent it to their lawyers, and then we got a revised copy. And then, because people talk, Deer Park and North Barrington also requested the same changes. No proposed changes of any real substance. It's mostly just legal changes. So, like, for example, as outlined in my overview, they requested that we remove the word intergovernmental and just call the document the agreement. So that happens over and over and over again. And then in our proposed rate change, that's probably the most prevalent change they requested. Our version called for a 5 to 8% change for equipment, and then labor from 3 to 5. And so we just changed the verbiage to indicate up to 5% or up to 8%. So that's the crux of what they had requested.
Yeah. And they're all in the packet in case there's any questions. So there were minor changes, and we just wanted to list them just to be transparent and you know what was going on. So I do need a motion to approve the revisions to the intergovernmental agreements between Ela Township and the villages of Long Grove, Deer Park, and North Barrington.
Motion.
One second.
Any discussion?
One small question about the packet. Some of the text is highlighted in blue and underlined, and some of it is just underlined. I'm wondering if
That was just a copy.
Okay, so they mean the same thing.
Yeah.
Cool.
You ready for a vote?
Yep.
All right, trustee Glass,
Yes.
trustee Sands, supervisor Wilhoit?
Yes. Okay, number 9 is executive session. I'd like to call executive session for the purpose of discussing personnel and litigation. Do we need to have a vote on that?
Yeah. Can I have you are motioning?
Yeah, I motion to
Okay.
go into executive session.
Second?
Second.
Okay. The vote, supervisor Wilhoit?
Yes.
Trustee Glass?
Yes.
Trustee Sands?
Yes.
All right. Board is adjourned to executive session at 7:21 p.m. All right.
We won't be voting when we come back, so we don't have any, there won't be anything going on when we come back.
So y'all
you're free to,
feel told.
yeah. Just want to make sure you're aware.
You're welcome to stay as well,
You're welcome to stay.
but nothing will.
Yes. But I added a table. So that's the
Very efficient meeting.
All right. It is. We are reconvening at 7:42. There are no items left on the agenda, so can I have a motion to adjourn?
Need a motion to go back into open session.
We just did that upstairs. Do we have a motion
You need a motion to close executive
Oh,
session.
my goodness. All right, a motion to enter regular session. Can I get that? Motion by Grace, thank you.
my glass second. That's right.
Okay. Trustee Glass.
Yes.
Trustee Wilhoit. Yes. Supervisor Wilhoit. Trustee Sands.
Yes.
All right, now we are reconvening from executive session at 7:42 p.m. Yes, sir. Is there a second for that?
Second.
All right, all in favor?